Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 1, that is introduction to power systems, overhead transmission lines and overhead line insulators. Here we are going to discuss about advantages of higher voltage transmission system, advantages of DC and AC transmission system, disadvantages of AC and DC transmission system. Advantages of higher voltage transmission system. There are various types of transmission distribution system. Fundamentally, there are two systems by which electrical energy can be transmitted. They are high voltage DC system and high voltage AC system. So now we are going to discuss about advantages of DC transmission system. So in case of DC transmission system, we are using only two conductors to transfer the electrical energy. Among the two conductors, one conductor can act as higher potential, another conductor can act as lower potential. Even we can transfer that electrical energy with the help of only one conductor. By that time, earth can be used as a return conductor, because earth can act as neutral. Either it can be act as a positive terminal or it can act as a negative terminal. Therefore, here we are going to save the copper of conductor when we are going to use that only one conductor, and we are going to compare that using that only two conductors in case of DC transmission system with an AC transmission system. It is an advantage at here. Next, the potential stress on the insulator is reduced around 70% compared to AC systems, because in case of AC systems there are three conductors like R line, Y line and B line along with neutral, and there are more lightning strokes are appeared. That's why more potential stress is there on insulation, and insulation repair and replacement is required, and is around 70% when compared with an AC system. Now inductance and capacitance face displacement, and due to surge problems are eliminated in DC system, because inductive reactance XL is equal to 2 pi FL and capacitive reactance XC is equal to 1 by 2 pi FC. If you substitute that frequency in both inductive reactance and capacitive reactance, both values can becomes to 0. That's why the losses at per unit centimeter of the conductor in case of DC transmission system, it is low when compared with an AC transmission system. No stabilizers are required during long distance transmission system, but in case of AC transmission system, it requires substations for every 40 kilometers as to step up the voltage. Then economical use of underground cables is possible. We can transfer the electrical power through underground cables also. When we are going to transfer that electrical power underground cables, by the time the stress on the insulation is very much less. Although DC transmission system is advantageous, and even we can transfer the electrical power through three-phase AC system also. Now we are going to discuss about advantages of AC transmission system. It is possible to transmit that high voltage like 33 kV and 11 kV in case of AC transmission system compared with a DC transmission system. But in case of DC transmission system, it is not possible to step up the voltage. But it is possible in case of AC transmission system, which turned into advantage for AC transmission system. Lowering of the voltage at the substations is much easy by installing a MG set called motor generator sets used in DC system. But in case of AC transmission system, we can use the transformer to step up the voltage and to step down the voltage. Maintenance of AC power stations is very cheaper, but maintenance of DC stations is very high. It involves that rectifier station and inverter station. Next, disadvantages of AC transmission system. In case of AC transmission system, it requires three conductors. Therefore, high volume of copper is used in AC transmission system compared to DC transmission system. Line inductance and capacitance increases the regulation of the line, because losses at per unit centimeter of the conductor takes place due to that inductance and capacitance. So regulation has to be done for every 40 kilometers. Next, due to skin effect, resistance of the line is increased, results in increase in losses. So skin effect means majority of the current is flowing on the outer surface of the conductor, due to that higher cross section area and offers low resistance. But middle of the conductor offers that lower cross section area and offers that high resistance. That's why skin effect is also one of the loss. It turns into disadvantage of AC transmission system. Due to corona, AC lines are most affected. In an AC transmission system, if you look at that, speed of alternators are not economical and reduces efficiency, because if you want to add that two or more alternators generated supply, there should be a problem of synchronization, because there is a problem of frequency. In cables of alternating current causes sheath losses, so there is a loss of insulation also. So finally it leads that higher construction cost because of more losses. And this is synchronization problem whenever we are going to operate that three or more generators which are connected in parallel as to meet the demanded current. Next, effect of increase of voltage on. So weight of the copper is used for transmission and efficiency of the line and the line drop. If you look at here, the weight of the copper used for transmission system, that is very high at here. It reduces the efficiency of the transmission line, due to that more line drops. Disadvantage of DC system. Power generation at higher voltage levels not possible due to commutation problems, because in case of DC mission there is a commutator. The purpose of commutator is to convert that induced alternating current into direct current. If you are going to convert that induced alternating current to direct current for small ratings, it is easily we can convert, but for large ratings it is difficult to convert that alternating current into direct current. So there is a problem of commutator is there. So it turns into disadvantage of DC system, and use of transformers not possible. Hence step up step down is not possible in case of DC transmission system. So it is one of the disadvantages of DC system. High maintenance cost is includes because whenever we are going to transfer the electrical power through DC system for long distance, means it involves the two converters like rectifier station and inverter station. The cost of that rectifier and inverter stations is more, so therefore maintenance cost is very high for DC transmission system. So that's why it is a disadvantage of DC transmission system. Then protection systems cost is higher because DC breakers, DC conductors, DC insulation, these entire protective devices will turn into additional cost. So it is one of the disadvantages of DC transmission system. Next, there are many practical transmission distribution voltage levels are there. How we can transfer the electrical power? As we have that HVDC transmission system, bulk amount of DC power we can transfer through DC transmission system. Apart HVDC, there are other three AC transmission systems are there. One is called as HVAC transmission system called high voltage alternating current transmission system, where we can operate the voltage level up to 400 kV. So up to 400 kV we can transfer the voltage. But there is another AC transmission system called EHVAC. EHVAC transmission system is called extra high voltage alternating current transmission system, where we are going to operate the voltage level from 400 kV to 765 kV. So apart of EHVAC, there is another AC system is there which is called as UHVAC, called ultra high voltage alternating current transmission system, where we can operate the voltage level up to 765 kV to 1100 kV. So these are the various practical transmission distribution voltage level transmission system where we are transferring the electrical power. There are different types of systems of transmission and circuits. The different possible systems of power transmission are, first of all, DC system. In DC system we can transfer the electrical power by three ways. One is called as DC two-wire system, another one is called as DC two-wire with midpoint earth system, and another one is called as DC three-wire system. So here I am going to show that figures for DC two-wire with midpoint earth and DC three-wire. So first of all, here this figure is called DC two-wire DC system. In DC two-wire DC system consists of two conductors. Among that, one conductor can act as higher potential conductor, another conductor is called as lower potential conductor. Between these two conductors we are transferring the DC supply, and the loads are also connected between these two poles called higher potential terminal and lower potential terminal. So another system called two-wire DC system with midpoint earth. If you look at here, between that higher potential terminal and lower potential terminal there are two generators. Among these two generators, here we are commonly connected to that one midpoint earth connection. By that time we can connect the load either maximum voltage or 2 times of maximum voltage between that higher potential and lower potential terminals. Next, so another system called three-wire DC system. If you look at the figure of three-wire DC system, it consists of two generators, and between these two generators one midpoint earth wire is there, and we can connect the loads for either higher potential terminal to midpoint connection, where we can get that voltage of maximum voltage, or higher potential terminal to lower potential terminal, where we can get the voltage of maximum 2 Vm. Apart of DC transmission system, there are still another three systems are there. Among that, one is called as single phase AC system. In single phase AC system, where we are transferring the electrical power with single phase two-wire system and single phase two-wire with midpoint earth system, and one more system called single phase three-wire system. In single phase two-wire system, that is where we are transferring the electrical power with either R phase, Y phase or B phase with respect to neutral, and single phase two-wire system with midpoint we can transfer that electrical power, and single phase three-wire system. Single phase three-wire system is where we can connect phase, neutral and ground. Next one is two-phase AC system. In two-phase AC system, where we can use that two-phase three-wire, that means either R, Y, YB or BN along neutral. Then two-phase four-wire system, RY, YB, BR along with neutral and again along with ground. Then another system called three-phase AC system. In three-phase AC system, where we are transferring the electrical power by three-phase three-wire system. In three-phase three-wire system, where we are transferring the electrical power by R phase, Y phase, B phase. And three-phase four-wire system, where we are transferring the electrical power by R phase followed by Y phase followed by B phase and again neutral. So this is without neutral, that is three-phase three-wire system. Three-phase four-wire system is with neutral. Thank you.